grab a pen and pad. You're listening to the Take Notes with Kiki Barber podcast. Your host, Kiki Barber, a wife, mother, entrepreneur, educator, and author, shares her experiences, expertise, and advice that you can apply to your own lives.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Take Notes with Kiki Barber. I am your host, Kiki Barber. And today we have some exciting things in store for you guys today. I have my girlfriend, my sister, listen, she's everything. Ayana Blount in the house. Ayana, say hi to the people.
Hey, peeps, what's good?
So we are going to have so much fun tonight. We're going to talk about success over sabotage, and we're going to talk about a whole lot of other things. But first up, you know how we like to always give a shout out to our up and coming businesses. So because we have Ayana in the house, and she is entrepreneur and listen, y'all, she about to take over and blaze a trail that nobody has ever, embarked upon before. And your ideas, your creative genius, I'm just glad to see that you're doing it for yourself now, because I know you do it for a lot of people, including me over the years or whatever. But I'm glad to see that you are actually giving attention to yourself and your ideas and birthing them and actually having them come to fruition. I'm excited about this. So tell us a little bit about what you got going on, like your businesses.
Well, first I have to shout back out at my good girlfriend. Oh my God. So yeah, y'all will be able to tell once we get into it, but this here is 20 years in the making. Okay. So I am so grateful to get the call. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna take notes with Kiki Barber. But I'm also real happy to be able to, like Kiki said, see this thing come full circle, because I was blessed to be able to have people like Key in my life to give me the opportunity to exercise and to grow in what she called my creative genius, but really just to understand my gifting and be able to have a place to sharpen it by reason of use, right? So I'm appreciative for the opportunity. I'm super excited to share with the whole entire tribe. I know y'all watching. Key come with a whole entourage, so I know she got millions and billions already tuning in. But we're going to get into what the Passion Strategist is, what I do, how I can serve you. I'm here to serve, right? That's a part of my mission. So I'm really here to serve those creatives, right? Because creatives are a different breed. And if you are not one, you absolutely do not understand how we think, how we move, how we breathe, how we live. So I want to serve you tonight. I want to share some good gems. And I just want to take you to a place on the inside of you where you really can discover what you were actually created to do and give you the keys to unlock your gift. So let's get into this, Key. This is about to be good.
This is about to be popping. So what is the name of your business again? What you were talking about?
So I am the Passion Strategist Enterprises, right? And so what the Passion Strategist, I am a success coach. And so what that basically means is that oftentimes creators find themselves in very unique places of struggle or agony, but there is a level of achievement that is waiting for you, but you need a game plan. You need an action plan to get you to the goal. So my job as your success coach is to, one, see what you can't see, sometimes believe when you don't believe, and do what a good coach does. And that's to be able to see the whole field. That's to be able to call an audible when it's necessary in the game. That's to be able to get in the game. If I need to catch that technical to get you to the goal, then that's what we want to do. But it's all about seeing you win. And so I'm that person that pushes the creative to their win. That's what I do.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I understand that, because when I was back in the day with 413, Ayana came on as she was a backup singer. And I hate to call her a backup singer because that is not what she is. But she's a creator, innovator. She just inspires, and she does a whole lot more than just sing. She is a creative genius. And even after, 413 ended and the Kiki Ross saga started, I had Ayana along a lot of the way with studio time. She thought it not robbery to be in the studio with me all night. She thought it not robbery to go to gigs and shows and arrange and everything. So she is was definitely a pivotal part of the Kiki Ross brand back then. And I'm just excited. I'm excited. So it is a pleasure to call her my friend, my sister. So at this point in the show, we always go into a mommy moment. I know you have a beautiful daughter named Ava. So you can tell us about your whole, not your whole experience, because we'll be back on here about that, about that whole thing, because that's a whole other story in itself.
Indeed.
And just tell us a moment that you might have had with Ava, because I know Ava is genius. So I'm sure she had a lot of moments.
Whew. So you know what, when I think about the mommy moment, right? Because listen, I'm like y'all, I'm a whole fan. I tune into the executress known as Kiki Barber on a regular basis. I'm always like on the radar. What is she doing? I'm following, just like y'all. So when I tapped into this movement that you started, the mommy moment, right? First of all, it just like had me like, I was like, it's the mommy for me. But my mommy moment, I would have to say, is directly actually connected to the passion strategist. And what I mean by that is this, oh my gosh, I could call it a business, I could call it a ministry, I could call it a gift. It could be, titled so many things, but it was born out of a mommy moment. And so what happened was, my daughter is 7 now, she'll be 8 in 2 months. And she has been wearing my shoes. Key will tell you, like, one of the things we have always done is shoes. We do the shoe game, right? So she has been wearing my high heel shoes since she was about 2. And so this one particular time, she was walking around the house in my shoes. And, most people are like, oh, they're so cute and they so melted. And no, let me tell you what happened to me was I had like a moment of reckoning where God literally, I heard him audibly say, but are you leaving her a legacy? Are you leaving her shoes that are worthy of walking in?
Wow.
In that moment, I recognized the weight of the responsibility of being her mom, but also transcending being her mom and being her motivation. Wow. And so that is what pushed me fully into this movement that is the passion strategist. And it's my why, it's what keeps me going. Yes. So I'm absolutely doing it for me, but I'm absolutely motivated because of being a mommy. And so, I never get discouraged. I never think about throwing in the towel, even in the hardest moment, even when things don't seem to be aligned. It's that mommy moment that pulls me in and pushes me forward, because this is not about me. This is bigger than me. This is going to go on. When I expire, this thing is going to continue to take her higher. So that's the mommy moment that I would have to share, that's connected directly to the passion strategist.
I love that, because I can relate. Of course, all moms can relate to that. Just being here for something beyond yourself is a beautiful thing, and once these little ones come into the world, the way their minds work, their creative genius, and you always want to protect that, and you always want to see them at their best, and you can't leave them unarmed out here in these streets or whatever. So the best thing to do is to get ourselves together, let them see a winner in us, let them see the champion in us, let them see us excelling, let them see us doing things, so they can have a direct link to seeing it in their own household. They don't have to look beyond. Like, even with Gianna, I had talked with her. She don't got to look beyond anybody else but me to see that it can be done. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her to have to go. It's okay to pick basketball players and athletes and other people outside the house, but I want you to know that this thing exists right in your bloodline, sweetheart. Like, it's right here. Like, you are, an heir and joint heir with Christ. You are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath. You are a leader, not a follower. You are, and generational curses will be broken over your life. You see that right here in action, in the flesh, in your own household. So you don't have to look beyond that. So when you said that, I could identify with that, because that's what motivates me, and probably a whole lot of other mothers, And we all know about the mommy bear instinct. Like, if something happened, like, we could be the nicest of people. Okay, you could be a punk and not want to fight nobody on the streets, and let somebody come bother your child, and something else arises in you that you like, wow, I didn't know I had that. But let somebody bother your little cub, let somebody bother your little baby, So that's just what we have, and that's what we're built with. And I appreciate you for sharing that, because I hope that it inspires a whole lot of other mothers to step their game up and leave something worth admiring, something that your children can be proud of, and that they can go on and say, my mom did that. So because my mom did that, I know I could do that, because it's in my bloodline.
That's it.
So, and that's basically it. I love that. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, so we wanted to get into the meat of it all, and I'm just so excited because this meat is good. So get your plates, your forks, your knives, because when you feast on this thing, it's going to be something crazy. It's going and that's what we do here. We try to invoke some growth. We try to let people look at themselves for real. Like, look at yourself for real, and see what it is that you are not doing to advance yourself to the next round, and just come to grips with it and deal with it and grow. We want you to grow. So when you were talking about success over sabotage, which is something that you're doing right now, I was just like, yeah, I could do that. You know? Like, that sounds good. That sounds something up our alley. So when I was studying, because I studied between all of these or whatever, and when I was studying on it, I was studying on sabotage, because you know we all have been there with sabotage. And I'm a candidate. I've been, you know, involved in my own self-sabotage and all that, whatever. So when I was looking up sabotage, the word saboteur came up, or saboteur. Saboteur. And it was just talking about someone who deliberately causes wrecks, diversion. I was just like, what? So it was like a reckoning moment for me, because I'm like, causes wrecks, diversionist, a wrecker, ruiner, uprooter, waster, destroyer, undoer. And I'm just like, a person who destroys and ruins and lays waste to. They destroy other, like, it was just so crazy. Like, wow.
That thing was heavy, didn't it?
What? Then that hit me like, boom. That thing two-piece the heck out of me. Like, I was doing all of that. Yeah, you were doing all of that.
Yep.
But it says all these things and how deep you go into it. It was just like, let's talk about sabotage for a minute. Like
real talk. And what you said that was so good to me was, yo, that two-piece me. And I feel the same way. Like, I do a live every Friday night. It's called the Creatives Happy Hour, right? On Fearless Fridays. And what we do is we talk about things that are unique to us as creatives. And a lot of times creative people get so burdened down and bogged down with what other people think they should be and how they think they should do it, that they literally fall into this cycle without even realizing it, of self-sabotage, right? So imagine being an intentional wrecker, an undoer, somebody that destroys, and turning that onto your own self. So it's not even somebody else hitting you from the outside, it's you beating up on yourself, right? So my mission at this point is to help as many creatives to, one, identify, like they say, the first step is to acknowledge you have a problem, right? And I like to share with all of my tribe, like, listen, this is another version of the Me Too movement. So I throw my hand up and I'm like, this might be heavy, but me too, okay?
But me too, exactly.
First, before I can talk to you about it, I lived it. And the reason why I'm able to serve the way that I serve is because been there, done that. There is nothing that I'm going to tell you about. There's nothing that I'm going to describe that is not something that I myself have not eaten from their plate. I drank from their cup. I walked around in their t-shirt and thought I was cute, okay?
And thought you was cute.
That's not, oh no, that don't look cute. Sabotage is not cute.
No. So it was like a ruiner. Like, and that's the one that did it for me, because it was like, some things you don't even know how they're going to turn out, but you just ruin it because of what you're afraid that it might be. But you never give it a chance to grow. You never get a chance to see what the outcome is, but you ruin it. And this is crazy, because last segment we were talking about putting your inner child in time out. And this was another thing that led to the inner child. You wanting to be the inner child's hero so much that things that bother you when you were a younger child, you bring it to your adulthood, and you keep trying to protect this inner child, that you just keep ruining things because you're used to the hurt that was there when you were a child. So if it looks anything like it, remotely like it, anything, you just shut it down when that could not be the case. You know what I'm saying? So we were talking about going back to the root of the problem, but when it talks about a ruiner, a uprooter, like there are some big things.
Yes.
So what you're talking about is doing success over sabotage. And when I looked at success, a lot of people reckon success, or they liken success as unto how much money you have and things like that. That's the typical things. Me, I gauge my success by my happiness. And I don't know if everybody does that, but I gauge my success by how happy I am. How happy is my household? How happy are my children? How happy is how happy does my career make me? Am I happy in it at all? If I'm not happy in it, I'm doing something else. How happy is this? Is my marriage happy? If it's not happy, I need to do something to make it happy. So I gauge that on how happy I am, not by how much I make from it. Even with this podcast, it's about what God told me to do and the happiness that it brings me. And the happiness that it brings me is helping other people. So that's a part of my calling anyway. So it just fits right in with the happiness, So how do you look at the successful part of it, the success part?
So for me, success is really all about the favorable results that you get as a return on your investment in yourself. Right. So you literally can measure it by the amount of favorable results, meaning, like you said, how comfortable am I in my own skin? How many nights a week am I able to lay my head down on my pillow at night and feel like I poured it all out? I left no doubt. And I am actually operating and functioning in what it is I was literally created and designed to do. You know what I'm saying? We all are a gift. Every single one of us. But the reality is this: you're not fully realized in your gift until you're given. A gift is not a gift until it's given.
Wow.
Because if you go to the store and you look at this thing that you want to purchase, right? You can't claim ownership or possession until you've laid out something, until it's cost you something. There has to be an exchange of something. And so success is all about the exchange of, like you said, those destructive behaviors for the possibilities of the positivity. And it's all in your reach. It's all in your grasp. It's a mindset. That's what success is. And that's what it's all about. And that the currency of success is mindset. It's all about the brain waves and what it is that you're focusing on intentionally. So the confessions out of your own mouth, what it is that you believe, what are you eating, right? If you're eating,
what are you eating?
Fruit, if you eat spoiled fruit, listen, eventually that rotten is going to get all in your system. And so what goes in, like they say, it's not what comes out, it's not what goes in that defiles you, it's what comes out. So if you listen enough and you take in enough in all of your gates, the things that don't produce good fruit, right? And don't produce that favorable return, that's where you start to find yourself kind of slowly drifting over into that place of self-sabotage. And you have to be very careful, because that will cause you, like you said earlier when you started talking about and breaking down that saboteur, that'll cause you to be one of those wreck chasers. You literally chase a wreck because there's a magnet in you that draws you to that collision, to that catastrophe. And you have to literally, you got to break that cycle. You got to own that, I'm addicted to the wrecks. I'm addicted to being up all night long on the scanner because I need to hear where the wreck is, where the chunk is. I can go get in.
And you've been causing it all the whole time.
It's like, where is that going to leave you? Like, okay, so you go and you find that wreck, or you find that thing that you're addicted to that's unhealthy. But when that moment is over and the adrenaline starts to settle down, what are you left with?
What
have you produced? What's lasting from that? Nothing but more hurt and more injury and more destruction to yourself. And that's where we gotta change our address and change our phone number. We gotta get rid of a lot of that.
I like that.
And we gotta move up and move on. Like I always tell people, I'm not just calling you out, I'm calling you up.
Yeah.
Period.
And that is it right there.
Yeah, like you can't do that. You can't live there forever. Like you might have started it on the bottom, but you're supposed to rise to the top.
You're supposed to. Definitely. Yeah. But some people are so comfortable on the bottom.
Listen,
it's so comfortable on the bottom.
That limited thinking. So what happens is you begin to settle for limits instead of seeking levels.
Wow.
And so when you get caught up in the trap of limits, that thing begins to seep into your entire being. And so everything about you speaks limitation.
Wow.
When in fact, you should actually be seeking levels, because once you've mastered one level, you should be
you should automatically be, your mindset should be ready to go to the next level. That's it. Wow.
Yeah. Wow. It's a mindset.
Wow. So how'd you come up with this whole Like when was
Success
it?
over sabotage?
Yes. When did it come? Like, how did you get it? How did God? Was he like Ayana? Like
He was like, "Girl, get your life." So basically, like I said, I guess all I can really say is I started to do my own work, and I started to unpack the luggage, and I started to really take a look at me, right? And I said, man, like I can produce. When my sister Key calls and she's like, yo, we need to write a hook, or yo, I'm trying to, I got this project, this real estate project. Yo, let's name this joint. Let's put some,
let's do this.
Around it. Like the stuff that we do, it was nothing for me to be able to produce and perform for other people.
Yep.
But when we started to look at, okay, clearly there's a gift. Clearly God is giving you something, but why ain't it working for you? That's one of those keep it real conversations. When you start having a conversation with yourself, and then you get done talking to yourself and you get mature enough to learn how to sit down and shut up and then let him do the talking. So he can show you. And when I started to really look at the movie of my life, what I realized is that I have been in a cycle of self-sabotage for so long that it became normal. And so many times we're in these abusive relationships with ourselves, but you don't realize that it's abusive until you become exposed to something different, to something better, to a more excellent way.
Wow.
And so I had to figure out, yo, you have been abusing yourself in so many ways.
Wow.
Are you going to settle? Is this how you want to die? Is this where you want to stop? Is this what you want to allow to stunt your growth forever? Or are you going to use this as a catalyst and a platform for you to do what God told you to do and go where he showed you belong? Stop talking about how you can't sit at the table with people because of. That's that limitation again.
That's that limitation, girl.
Stop settling for limits and start seeking levels, because when you levels in him, he will bring you up, he will call you out, and he will take you places that you never even dreamed of. He said beyond what you can think or ask.
Yes.
And we get so cute with quoting these scriptures, but it also says for you to eat the whole word. I need you to get full understanding and get all you're getting, get understanding.
Get understanding and all you're getting, yes.
About and get to know it, get to know him, get to know me.
Wow.
So when I get that, then I'm empowered to be able to give back and give what I'm supposed to give. So it really was about unpacking my own luggage and doing my own work. And so what I realized was that I have a passion for seeing people win. I am, I've learned so much about myself. I will show up in a heartbeat and tell you two things about me. Number one, I'm a purebred encourager.
Yes, you are.
Purebred.
Yep.
You can drop me in a room where I know no one. Believe me, before I leave that room that night, somebody's going to get encouraged. Somebody's going to get a word of encouragement. It's just how I'm built.
Yep.
And number two, beyond being a purebred encourager, I am assigned to push people to their places of achievement. So I got to move you from that place of agony that you've been dwelling in and get you refocused on that level of achievement that you should be going after. Like there's something on the inside of me that won't rest until I see you win. It's my passion, it's my purpose, and it's what I was built to do. That's why I have such a strong vocal gift, whether it's singing or writing or talking or whatever it is. That's what it's for. And so sometimes I think what happens is we have these gifts, but we don't recognize that the gift is connected to a purpose, right? In a package. So I got to figuring out, one, what was the package that this thing was in? Two, stop judging the package. And then three, understand that inside that package, there's a gift, and a gift is meant to be given. So it's this whole full circle moment when you start leaning into who am I? I know you had you had the apparel line Authentic Chick. And that thing blessed me. And I have one, like I have a knack for words, right? God drops words on me that just like take the whole life, right? So one of the things that he gave me was you have an obligation to teach people to focus on authenticity over applause.
Yep.
Because if they can understand who they are, then you are in competition with no one.
Nobody. Girl, you touching on some things, okay?
I mean, this is what happens.
This is what happens, right? And this is exactly what this platform is for. It definitely is for. It is not for the people who want to come here and be cloned. It's not for the people. You are put here to be peculiar, stand out, do exactly what you are assigned to do, and not pay attention to what the next person on the next lane is doing. But to get to know your purpose, to get to know you first, because even in knowing your purpose, I had to get to know me. I was talking about in one of my segments how I didn't know what kind of eggs I liked. I didn't know what kind of movies I liked. I didn't know what made me mad or made me tick or whatever. But after sitting with myself for a while and asking myself, like, what do you like, Key? I came up with the answers, and I found out I'm a cool person. I like myself. I found out that just because you like that doesn't mean I could agree to disagree. Like, you like your sunny side up, I like my scramble, but we still good. We're gonna work this thing together on this side, and we're gonna all get to our destination. So once you get to know yourself and you sit in yourself and you're comfortable and you accept what God has done and what God is doing, then you can go into the purpose of why am I here, God?
Yes.
Why am I here? Like, what am I here for? And if you sit in quiet long enough and let God talk, because he always talking. Listen, before I used to always say, God, I used to always say, God don't ever talk. Girl, he talks so much.
All the time.
Girl, I just didn't quiet myself long enough to hear what he was saying, because I probably didn't want to hear what he was saying. But now that I'm like always asking, like, Lord, what would you have me do today? He's like, yada, 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 yada. Like, I ain't never got no problem with him saying, God ain't say nothing, because that is a lie. Okay. And if he quiet, I'm quiet too until he says something, but just going before God and finding out what my purpose was. And it was so easy because it was everything that I already loved doing. It was the thing that I did with ease, that I didn't require any, like, I did it with ease, and that's helping people, blessing people. It gave me such a joy in my spirit from the time I was a little girl all the way to now. That has been a thing that has never changed about me, is the fact that I like seeing people blessed, and when they're lacking, I like to help and be a blessing to get them to the next level, almost like what you're doing or whatever. But I know that's my purpose. And once I realized that, I said, okay, Lord, so this is my purpose. You've given me a vision, because he's not going to not give you a vision for
a big vision.
What you to do. Huh?
Say that right. A big vision.
A big vision.
Come on.
Listen, we serve a big God, so he's not going to give you girl, he's not going to give you no itty bitty teeny little vision. It's like, Lord, all of that? Like, you want little old me to do all of that? And he like, yes, I want you to, you little old you, while I back you to do all of that. So I'm like, I'm going to need all this backing, and he gives you a vision. And once you get the vision, it's like, where's my provision, Lord?
Listen.
Okay, because you got to know that word. You got to give God back his word. Not that he forgets it, but listen, like, Lord, okay, you gave me the vision. Now I need provision for the vision. So how is that going to work out? And I just, like I said, I mind my business. I do everything that God tells me to do. And when it comes to how he's going to work all the logistics out, I mind my business, because it's none of my business. You know what I'm saying? Like I told people, and I tell Rob all the time, I'm about my father's business, but I don't mind his business. Okay. Because I'm not going to do his part. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind his business. Like, how is it going to be enough money in the bank account? I don't know. God don't make it mysteriously appear. Like, how I don't know. God will handle it. Like, they're saying this. Okay, that's not what God is saying, so he'll work it out. That's just how I move, and that's how I've been able to do so many things. I don't worry about what's happening on the other end. As long as I told Rob, do my little work, check off all my boxes, hand God the file. Whatever God does with his file is what he going to do. But I know it's going to get done. It's none of my business how he does it. It's just, listen, and favor ain't fair. I'm sorry. It just ain't.
Listen. You talking, okay? I don't know, right, y'all. She told y'all to get your pen, get your gems, because they fall and you need to gather these up. You might need to catch it on a replay. I'm just
listen, and then you need to go hang out to Ayana so she can get your life straight. Okay, now stop playing.
Oh my God, that is so good. Like, my favorite part of what you just said was when you talked about the handoff, right? And you talked about how you don't mind his business. You're not worried about the how. And I think that so many people don't realize, like, you know how you walk around and you see somebody squinting and you're like, oh, you wear glasses? And they be like, no, but they got this little thing, this little squint that they do. This is because so many of us need corrective lenses. And here's what I mean. You read that word wrong in the equation.
You did.
You thought you read, oh, how? No. That ain't, you got the letters inverted, boo-boo.
Yeah.
You supposed to worry about who. His job is how.
Yeah.
It's the same 3 letters, but you mess around and invert them, and you're going to be all twisted.
Wow.
So see, some of us don't want to, you know how you get a little sexy, you get your sexy look because you with lenses. And people don't want to admit they need some corrective lenses.
They need some corrective lenses. Wow, I like that.
Listen, ma'am, let me tell you something. I am a woman of a certain age. Won't do it. But guess who keep these specs?
My glasses now. I should have went to
Wow.
Let me go get my glasses.
Wait a minute. That's a little. Wait a minute. Let me. Oh, okay.
Okay, no. I can see. I'm going to run and get my glasses. You're the inside of the moment. Hold on one second.
Trying to tell you, these folks, listen, y'all don't be afraid to be who you are live and in living color. And if that means you got to step out in your glasses and be all the way cute with your preppy self, you go ahead and do that, because this is what it's about. It's about being able to see clearly so that you can speak what it is that you hear and you can manifest that thing so you can see. Do
y'all see my corrective lenses on? Girl, I can see clearly now. My right
you got all bright in the face and things. Girl, man. I just told the people, I said, listen, don't be afraid to pull these little cute glasses.
You gotta pull the glasses out like, okay, Jesus, I see clearly.
Don't get it twisted, but honey, we got to pull out to let them get a little extra.
Yes, that is awesome. That is awesome. Oh my God.
You want the straight and narrow and make sure that you can see. You know what I mean? See. And I think that another thing that I've always admired about Key, and you know, some of y'all, I don't know where y'all been under a whole entire rock if you don't even know who you're dealing with right now. But she is a person who has always, I mean, before it was trendy and before it was a thing, she has always spoken what she heard, bump what you see. And that is a key to success, being able to speak a thing before you see a thing, because sound precedes manifestation. Wow. What you say is what's going to produce what you want to see.
Yep.
But you got to learn how to work that.
You got the girl. And when I didn't even know I was doing that. I didn't even know that I had that gift to do that. But I see that it was, like you said, that was the key to all my success.
Yes.
And once I realized that, and I was going into meditation and things like that and learning, you know, how the spirit works and things like that, that was the key thing that made me go all these years. And I didn't even know I had it. Like I would always speak things that are not as though they were. And once I put it out there, and when God said, write the vision, make it plain. Okay. I've always written the vision and made it plain. And somebody, I was telling somebody one of the podcasts last week, it's likened unto you and I sitting at a restaurant eating dinner, and I order, you know, some shrimp and you order some lobster or whatever the case is, but then you change your mind and you like, no, man, give me the filet mignon. No, man, give me, you know, and you done changed the order like 10 times. And I'm sitting here eating my shrimp because that's what I ordered. And I kept my order the same because I knew exactly what I wanted. I didn't change my mind. So you're sitting here waiting for your food to get to you, or waiting for the promise that God promised to get to you, but you just keep changing the order every time you send it out. That's going to delay the process, sweetie. So what I do is I go exactly with what I want. Let me get this all straight, Jesus, okay? Because I came up short.
I mean, come on.
Listen, let me get it all the way straight. Because last time I said I wanted this, but I forgot to mention something. And you gave me what I wanted, but that was my fault because I forgot to mention what I had wanted. So this time, especially when I got married, girl, I wrote a whole list. I wrote the vision, made it so plain. Okay, because I want everything down. I wrote the vision and made it plain. Now I didn't put a face with it, didn't put a name, didn't put anything with it. But these characteristics, Lord, is what I need him to have for me. This is what I need him to have for me, because this is going to make Kiki a better person. I need to be able to stand on my husband's shoulder so I can reach everything. I can reach a whole lot of things right now, but I need to be able to stand on your shoulder so I can just snatch it all down, because I'm doing a whole lot by myself, and I've done a whole lot by myself. But if I have the right partner, I'm coming for everything. Okay?
Everything.
I'm not leaving anything. So that's what I needed. And when God gave that to me, I didn't look at what the package looked like. I didn't look at anything. I looked at exactly what I wrote down. When I checked off everything, I said, ooh, you checked off all my boxes. You checked off all my boxes. But what it was I went to him with a clear vision.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't, all right, well, Lord, I don't know. It was, this is what, after knowing myself, Lord, this is what I need for myself. Okay. I don't want anybody to hinder the gift that you have on my life. So this is what I need for me to propel myself to the next level and to keep winning and to keep going. And when I say he delivered that thing, and I'm not settling. Counterfeits came, of course. I don't want on 58 dates, girl. I was going to breakfast, brunch, and dinner. What the heck? I was like, listen, I went to so many dinner dates, so many doctors, lawyers, professors. I had 3 questions, Lord, to ask them. And the 3 questions, listen, if they don't answer them right, Lord, I'm walking away. Once me and God decided that, it was like, don't even try to make excuses for these people, because that's what you do. You always want to see the best in somebody. You always want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. So what you do in your mind is you answer the question for them when they clearly told you what it was already.
Yeah.
They clearly said what the girl sabotage. So you like, no, he'll be all right. No, I'll work it out. I'll make him better. No, I don't have time for that no more. So I had to go with exactly the 3 questions the Holy Spirit told me to ask. And once them questions were asked, if you answer or falter or didn't know what, bye-bye. This is our last date. I'm not even playing with you. Like, there is no second date. If you can't answer who your Lord and Savior is, if you can't answer who this is, like if you can't answer certain things, you can't be with me. Because I don't have time to raise people. I'm at the age where I'm not raising anymore. I'm not raising grown men. You know what I'm saying? I'll help you grow, but I'm not raising you. Okay. We're not doing potty training. Okay. So that's how I was able to call things that are not as though they were and speak a thing and wait for a response. Like I know it's coming. I can guarantee it's coming back. Boomerang, throw it out, it's coming back. That's how it is, you know? So I thank God for that gift that he's given me. And I thank God for what he's doing with you, which is, even you had before, you had something else with that you were doing with the mommy thing or the baby thing where, what was it called?
Oh, yeah. So the Push Project.
The Push Project.
Yeah.
The Push Project. Yeah. So that's along the same lines of what you're doing. So everything that your purpose aligns, you're always encouraging somebody.
Yeah.
Always and then God took you through it. And that's another thing people don't like to do is if God brought you through it, why would you not help somebody else through it?
Oh my God.
Is that crazy?
Oh my God.
People like that. Don't get them too much. You giving them too much. Don't tell them too much. Let them go. Let them find it for themselves. Like God took you through it so you can give it away. It's like you said, it's a gift. A gift is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
And the thing is, again, like going back to that meat one is the bone of success. It's favorable results after a return on your investment.
Wow.
Who are you investing in? Who are you pouring yourself into? Wow. You know, the Bible talks about being poured out a drink offering. Who are you offering to drink from your well?
Wow.
Not your cup, because your cup is for you, right? And you can't pour for an empty cup from an empty cup. But your well, the well that's for other people. Who have you offered a drink to recently? Who are you
sitting there with a full well?
Been through hell, but won't open up your well. Now, what kind of foolery? I mean, and this is practical stuff. Like we ain't up here all in the clouds, hit y'all with the Cornell West. You know what I mean? Vernacular. We talking real straight, practical.
This is straight, real down to earth, like real talk. You can understand. It's layman terms, sweetie. Yeah. You can't get this.
Yeah, like seriously. And a lot of the times, what I do is I try to now get the why. So I found out that one of the things about me that makes me tick is I'm a why person. Give me the method behind the madness. So I'll even ask God sometimes, okay, God, why? Because I feel like when I get that, and I know I got that, then it helps me to pursue even harder because I understand what the end game is, right? So I want to know why you want to go in this direction, creative. I want to know why you feel limited in this space. I want to know why you don't feel like you can see levels for yourself. Give me the why, because we need to unpack some stuff.
Go right back to that childhood and all that stuff. Yep.
Absolutely. So what I've been able to do, a part of what I'm doing now is I put together this amazing 6-week intensive. And it's specifically for creatives. I have a love for creatives
Mm-hmm.
because we are just some special, special people.
Mm-hmm.
And so over the course of this 6 weeks, I call it the SOS Creatives Intensive, that's Success Over Sabotage.
Wow.
And it really walks you through everything from the mindsets to the behaviors. You got to be able to identify what your triggers are and what your cycles are and what things cause you to spiral out of control into that self-sabotage. So I have literally boiled this thing down so that you can literally take it and literally like focus on one thing, one module per week. You know what I mean? One of the modules talks about the 6 ways that self-sabotage stops your success. And so I talk about what the fruit looks like when you are self-sabotaging, especially as a creative, stuff like limited productivity. You feeling like you working all day, but you're producing very little. You know, are you indecisive? Like you were saying,
that's a big one.
Then you done changed your mind 5 minutes later.
Yep, that's a big one.
Your food. So they like, when you make up your mind, then call me.
Then call me. And that's how.
Yeah. You know what I'm
indecisive. A double-minded man is unstable in all their ways. Unstable in all their ways.
To be built on your foundation because it ain't stable. Nothing you put your hands and your mind and your heart to is going to stand up because you are unstable. But it don't end there, because see what happens is too, people get, it's just like the sins. Everybody want to talk about the big sins, right? Oh, you adultery and you done murdered. Let me tell you something. There's more to this game than that. It ain't just the big ones. So listen, you got people that, let me tell you what's another common problem. That when you start to flow in that self-sabotage mindset, burnout. Burnout is a self-sabotage. It's a form of self-sabotage.
Yes. Wow.
When you are out here at everybody's opening, everybody's event, everybody's church, every time.
Say it.
Because you act like it ain't about to get done. If you ain't there, the devil is a liar.
Girl, you must have hit 40. Because 40.
It'll free your life.
Girl, when you hit 40 years old, shorty, listen, a lot of things happen. Something just clicks like, oh, I don't feel like going to that barbecue. Not because I have something to do, but because I just don't feel like it.
Because I said no.
Because I said no. And I'm going to stand in my no, flat-footed and firm in my no, and wait for you to ask me why.
And then I'm going to say it one more time. Because I said no.
Because I said no. I'm not coming. Girl, that 40 thing. Girl.
I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not explaining nothing. My disease, the please, is over. I'm delivered from it. Girl. Okay.
So let me tell y'all right now. Y'all will see the Kiki Barber, the executress. Y'all will see her pop on over here to the passion shirt. Just look for the collab. It's coming. All right. That was a sneak peek.
Yes. Listen.
We taking notes.
Listen, we taking notes, because my thing is like that disease, the please, girl. Once I embarked upon that and realized that, Kiki, it's still going to go on whether you're there or not, sweetie.
Absolutely.
Like,
absolutely.
You're traveling, breaking your neck to come to people's aid all over the place just to have your face in a place to say, I supported you. I can support you with I'm there for you in spirit. I can support you with a prayer. I do not have to be at everything all the time, seen all the time. Like, it just ain't going to happen. And
I don't have to discount my gift.
It doesn't.
To show you that I support you.
To show you that I support you.
A workman is worthy of his or her hire.
Yeah. And if you got a brother or sister that don't understand that, then that's on them. But my thing is, the time is mine. It's called my life for a reason. It's my time. I get to spend my time however I want to spend my time. And if I don't want to spend my time at this particular event with you on this particular day, and I'd rather sit on my couch because I've been running all over the place with these kids and everybody else, like, that's what I decide to do. That's what I choose to do. I'm not going to be guilty or feel guilty about that.
Come on.
I'm not going to do it. And when I was like 20 and 30, I was like, oh, let me just 40 said, girl, sit down. And dare somebody and wait for the awkward pause.
And don't answer your phone.
And dare somebody say something. And God said it was okay. Okay. And the thing is, once you realize that you've been running around all around the earth, God never said running around all around the earth.
No, he did not.
Girl, you was doing it because that's what you wanted to do, to make everybody else happy, because you had this disease to please.
Listen.
Okay. God never ordered you to do all that stuff. And you're like, no, I'm tired. I'm doing all this. Half the stuff we do it ain't even ordained or assigned by God. You're doing it because you want to do it. Point blank, period. Drops mic.
Yep.
Drops mic.
Y'all hear that silence, crickets? I thought it was just me.
Because when you separate that from what God actually wanted you to do,
yes.
you definitely have enough time and energy for what he wants you to do.
Listen.
Because you're doing everything else outside of it, sweetheart. That's why you're tired.
Look, and since Key is all up in your area, all up in your face with the smile, push you in the face with a smile, we just gonna go ahead and kick the door off the hinges because some of y'all still over there sitting like cute and y'all keeping the cute on mute because
cute on mute.
Everyone's in your bro. Because on the opposite same spectrum of the disease to please is you, the wasted talent.
The wasted, oh my God.
Who makes every excuse in the world to constantly settle and not ascend. Like it's time out for you downplaying who you are and who God called you to be.
Listen.
That is so corny.
It's
for
so
you to corny. He ain't give you a gift. He ain't bless your life. And he ain't create you for a purpose. It's corny for you to deny him.
Corny for you to deny it.
Like Peter, all right? We don't need no more denial. It's over.
Wow. That's what they over here doing. Wasting time and talent. Listen. I used to call it a waste of skin, but people thought I was being mean. So girl, I can't say that.
I say it all the time. I say it today.
Like, please don't waste this purpose because he will find somebody else to do exactly what he told you to do. But
yes, he will. Yes,
he surely will. But my thing is, if you know you have the talent, you know you have the drive, you know you have this purpose, you know you have passion for whatever, why are you still sitting in the same seat with no fruits of any labor? Like what?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because these people are addicted to I like to put it like this. Validation is for parking. Confirmation is for calling.
Wow. Oh, can you say that one more time so I can lift my little weave up here?
Validation is for parking. Yes. Confirmation is for calling. Stop looking for people outside of you to validate you instead of coming into agreement with the Holy Spirit who has already affirmed and confirmed his word in you.
Wow.
Your success is not contingent upon anything external. It's all about what's already been placed on the inside.
Already.
And you giving yourself permission to produce. Period.
So you letting all that good stuff lie dormant, just waste away. It's just sitting in there.
I'm listening. What you doing?
Waste the space. Like why you like?
You here to live or no? What you doing?
Wow. And I love the scripture in Ephesians that said, according to the power that worketh in us, it's already in. Girl.
3:7.
Like, listen, according to the power that worketh in us.
Yes.
It's already there, sweetie. What you waiting for to come down? And I like think people was like, look at God and be like, Lord, listen, girl, the Holy Spirit is in you.
In you.
I know we always look upward, but it's in you. It's inward. So anything you need to ask, it needs to be inward. Anything that you need to do anything, it's already instilled in you. You just have to it's a beautiful package. You just letting the bow sit on it because you're so enamored with the package and you're like, oh my God, it's so pretty. The bow's so pretty. But it might be even pretty if you open the box and utilize the contents therein. Okay.
Did y'all take that note?
Listen, unpack the box and use the contents therein. Let me
tell you something. This is notes. Y'all think I'm playing?
Take notes with Kiki Barbara. That's what this is. Like, please.
I'm taking my notes.
And a lot of us can relate because you have dated men, you even with a lemon, a car, it will look so pretty and that car will break down the next block if it ain't right on the inside. Okay? If you look under that hood and there's something wrong with it, it can look candy apple red, shiny, beautiful, like, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this car without getting it checked out and drive. And I've done it. I'm about to call lemon law before. Like, what the heck is this? I'm about to die on the expressway. What is going on? This car looks beautiful. Listen, everything that looks beautiful is not beautiful. We already know that. But you can't judge a book by its cover, all that stuff or whatever. But we are sitting there looking at the package and what looks nice. That's why everybody is doing what everybody else does. That's why everybody got, when the Brazilian comes in, everybody got Brazilian. When the lashes come in, everybody got lashes. Girl, and I don't want to touch on that. And I am a hairdresser. My thing is like, be who you are authentically. You don't have to follow the pack. God ordained you to be you, sweetie. not to be somebody else.
Come on.
So when you look at things like that, it's like, Lord, just let them open the package. Let them look at the count. Let them look at what's in. Like people sometimes they'll have the package will look nice, but you have to go into the inner works. You can, and it's not always, like I say, it's not always the packaging, because even though packaging is nice and people look at packages, sometimes, like I said, packages are deceiving. You could get a car that's really beautiful with nothing inside. Okay, won't take you to your it's ordained to take you to your destination, to get you from point A to point B, and it can't even perform its function. Okay,
my God,
it cannot even perform its function because you got it because of the packaging. Unwrap the packaging and look deeper into what's in the box.
Please unpack it and do the work.
People do it in dating. They will find a guy that looks, oh my God, he's a god. He's this, he's that. He looks so good. And then you go to sit with this guy, you can't even have a conversation. He's not emotionally available for you. Like, that's
you talking in levels now. So you talking grown folk talk now.
Girl, I think I might have lost
emotional availability.
I think I might have lost a few folk because he's not even emotionally available. But he looked good at parties, and you take him around, and he looked cute on your arm, and y'all look cute in selfies and pictures. But he cannot even minister to you.
Oh my God.
On no level.
He jealous every time you level up.
Every time he look at you sideways like, we don't need another. Why are you doing that? Girl, I don't even want to go into that. Anyway, all of that is levels of sabotage. I'm sorry.
Listen, and it's self-sabotage because you allow it to be on the front row of your story and of your life. And that's not where we live. That is not where we live. Okay. And listen, we are not done with y'all. Y'all still better keep taking these notes because the store is more just coming. Okay.
It's more gonna be coming. We gotta talk again, Ayana.
Like,
we gotta talk again.
I told y'all, I already dropped a little sneak peek. Like, it's gonna be a whole nother reverse collab. So y'all will see
I will be over there, okay? Talking about this whole thing on your platform, and I'm excited to do so.
What you do for us, and I'm counting myself in the number, y'all. So yes, I'm on the platform tonight, but listen, what you do for us is you show us what it looks like to live in the possibilities and to always be about forward movement, never settle and never get satisfied because there's always more to do. And your gift only runs out when your time runs out. As long as you got breath.
Girl, please say it.
I mean, there's something for you to do. So whatever it is that you do, listen, you were born to be a success. I like to say it this way to my folks. You have a birthright of brilliance. Wow. I'm looking at y'all. I'm talking to y'all. I am calling you into your birthright of brilliance. There is something that you were born to do that nobody else can do. I don't care how they try to repurpose it, repackage it, or call themselves ripping it off. It cannot be done because there is one creator and you are the originator of what it is that he put on the inside of you.
Nobody could do it better.
And that's what putting success over sabotage looks like. It looks like recognizing and aligning with the fact that he is the creator and you are the originator. You are a designer original.
Wow.
And I need you to get with it and I need you to go for it because now is not the time for you to sit on the sidelines and punk out. It's not the time.
Wow.
This is not the season of the fallback.
It is not. You better spring all the way forward. I know that's right. And like I said, with people, you want to take everybody to different levels with you. And I had to deal with that too. Everybody can't go, boo-boo. Everybody can't go. Okay. Nope. So, and listen, you roll with me or you get rolled over. That's just how it's going to be. And I don't mean to be like that, but you are not going to keep me from my calling or my purpose or what God has assigned me to do because I'm sitting here trying to pull you and it's slowing me down. So you either roll with me or you get rolled over. That's just point blank, period, bottom line. Okay.
And I'm gonna tell you what in like we say in layman's terms, what Key just said to you is this: there are attachments and there are assignments. Figure out who's an attachment and who's an assignment.
Wow.
It'll bless you, I promise.
It'll bless your whole life.
You're gonna
find out you got a whole lot of attachments.
Listen.
You're gonna have a whole lot lot more attachments than assignments. I promise you.
Listen, because they see, here's the thing. Your anointing is going to do what it's supposed to do, and that's draw. It's going to do it automatically because you showed up.
Yes.
But that does not mean that he called you to lay your hand on that thing.
On that thing, girl.
You got to
have the Holy Spirit to hit my hand like, back off. It's not yours. Don't touch it. I don't want you to. He even told me sometimes, I don't even want you to help them. Let them go through it.
Listen.
Girl, that's the hardest thing for me as a person who wants to help everybody is the Holy Spirit to say, back off, hands off, let them go through it. Girl.
Did y'all see the mommy moment just come out? Because that was the mama face.
He was just like, I'm like, all right, Lord, hands off. I'm not touching it. You're not gonna beat me. You know, I want to help, but listen, you say back off, I'm gonna back off.
Yeah.
And then, like you said, your assignments, I'm not assigned to help everybody. So then I started saying, okay, Lord, show me who you would have me be a blessing to.
Ma'am. And 99% of the time, when you're blessing somebody that he's assigned you to, there is a reciprocal blessing that's going to come right back to you. Emptying your cup and pouring from an empty place. Absolutely not. He's going to have something to come back and be deposited into you. Your passion and your purpose will not cause you to feel depleted and drained. Wow. That is not how it works. If you ever need to be able to measure and gauge, am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Or God, did you just tell me hands off? If there is a drain and you feel like somebody just put a pipe in your back and tapped everything out of you, guess what? You got connected to an attachment. Yes. And you need to detach and you need to detox so you can get it together.
You can get it together.
That's not success, that's sabotage.
We need to talk about that attachment versus assignment. Like that's a whole nother show. We done got like 5 shows out of this one show.
Don't even worry about it. We coming back to y'all.
We got to come back on that. And I really talk about the disease to please. And I want to help a lot of people because when I got my deliverance from disease to please, I was on a long walk. By the time that I got from this walk, I knew that I was getting a divorce. I knew that I was buying a house. I knew that I was the girl. That's why I was listening to Oprah Winfrey. I was working at a school district. I was still subbing. I didn't even have a permanent assignment. I was going to visit my mom's house, who was right around the corner from the school I was subbing at. Got to her house, 60-something years old. She never leave the house. Now all of a sudden you ain't home. Sarah, you ain't home? Like, where you at? Oh, I'm over at Jaquay house. I'm like, oh my God. So I go to walk to the bus stop. I caught an Uber to her house. Went to go to the bus stop to go get Sarai from school. Mind you, it was like 12 o'clock. I got out from the school. I did a half day. Sarai didn't get out to 2:30, 2:45, something like that. I walked all the way from my mom's house to Sarai's house. I did not know that I walked 2.5 hours.
Wow.
I did not know. The bus just came and went. Like I was waiting on it. I was like, let me wait. Then I was like, let me start walking so the bus can come. Girl, I done walked. I had my headphones in. I'm glad I had a good pair of flats on that day. Girl, when you are sick and tired, and you looking for an answer like right now, like it can't be delayed, Lord. Girl, I put TD Jakes on. Listen to that. Listen to Steve Harvey. And then I got to Oprah. And she talked about the disease to please. And I was just like, oh. When I say I was walking with my headphones on crying because I knew what I had to do. Like you are holding up your own process because you're attaching yourself to things I told you not to attach yourself to in the first place. So now you have to go and undo the attachments because it was disobedience anyway. You know what I'm saying? So now you're hurting people because you're doing something I didn't even ask you to do. So you go ahead and put your big girl panties on and you deal with that. You know? So by the time I got to Sarai's school and my husband at the time was coming to pick me up because he was getting off work from Sarai's school, I was in that car like, yeah. So this is over. Like, okay, this is over, Lord. Sorry, Lord, forgive me because I know that I acted in self. You didn't tell me to do anything. So I'm not even gonna say, Lord, but you said, because you didn't.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to own your stuff. You always got to own your stuff. And once I realized that, I was just like, Lord, I'm about to be divorced. I want to buy a house. I want to do this. I want to do that. Everything I set my mind to do, I did it. And I was delivered from the disease to please, because the disease to please would have had me stay there to appease everybody else and to appease everybody else and everybody be like, dang, Key, they did your second your second divorce? Yeah, that would have had me stay there and go along with the facade and put on a picture perfect appearance and be dying in the inside every night when I went to lay down in my bed.
Tonight, free these people.
Listen, that's what I wasn't going to do. So the opposite of that was come out here with this grease on your face and just say what it is, do what you got to do, and be free. And that's what I chose. I chose to be free in that moment. I don't care what nobody's saying. Like, and I know people with girl, even my own family, like, girl, like, how many times is it? Like, what's going on? Like, I made a mistake. I was disobedient, and I'm owning it, and I'm moving on. I'm not going to live with this because that's what y'all see me do it. I'm not doing that. So we have to come back and talk about the whole disease, the please, and how to get delivered from it, and how not to stay in a situation because of what people are saying or what this expectation you're trying to uphold. Like, who wants to live fake and phony? Be real with yourself first.
Yes.
Be real with yourself first. Like, don't care about nobody else. Be real with yourself.
I'm telling you.
And that's what I had to do. But oh my God, this was amazing. I
already knew.
I scheduled you right away. Like, I'm gonna have to schedule you, girl.
So I already knew this was gonna be gym. Like, nothing does my heart better than to see you still striving and thriving for greater levels of success. I mean, you are the epitome of success walking, and it just blesses me. I can remember calling you and saying, hey, I finally had my full circle moment. I know what I got to do, what I'm supposed to be doing, but I got a whole bunch of balls in the air. And I know you're a person that don't give a rip about somebody trying to tell you what you can't do. So help us sister out. How do I birth multiple? That's exactly.
And you can.
And when I tell you, it was never a moment of doubt. It was never a moment of discouragement, and it was never anything spoken over it but blessings and strategy. That's all. That's all my is. Was blessings and strategy. And listen, if you need me, you already know I'm here. And when I say what y'all see on this camera, what y'all see on this podcast, what y'all see on a platform, coming to a theater near you, it's all real, all day. Been this way for 20 years and counting.
I don't know any other way to be.
So it's always my pleasure and my blessing to be a part of anything that you are doing. Wow. And I cannot wait to be able to have you on my platform.
Yes, I'll be here.
Lifted that day, we want to another level. So we're playing this good level up real soon, okay?
Thank you, my sister. Oh my God.
I gotta get excited about it again. It's
yeah. Thank you, my sister. It was a pleasure and such an honor to have you here, you guys. Thank you guys for listening. This is Take Notes with Kiki Barber, and I am your host, Kiki Barber. We had a special guest tonight, Ayana Blount. Thank you guys so much. We are out.
Thank you for listening to the Take Notes with Kiki Barber podcast. Please don't forget, notes on a pad without application is just notes on a pad. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and press that notification button so you can stay in the know. Until next time, my friends.